a small detachment of Allied troops hold the line. They are relaxed, as the pocket has been closed for over a week, and they expect no real resistance or movements in this area. During the night, despite the bad weather, a small group of German troops has moved to this area. They can be seen on the extreme left, using the tree line as cover. The Germans quickly realise that advancing across the open ground will not be easy. They also know that freedom lies on the other side of these enemy positions, so they have no option but to give it a try. You can see them sending some advances along both flanks. German motorcycles have done a reconnaissance to find out what is there. Some ground troops come forward with engine 42s lying in the mud on the ground, firing on the Allied troops. The small group of Allied troops has spotted this enemy activity. The US forces begin to engage and move forward, again lying in the mud. They send attack groups towards each advance. They also radio to assistance from other friendly troops nearby. They know on this occasion it is pointless to radio for support from the air. The low cloud base would make it impossible for either spotter aircraft to come in or for air fire to be incorporated in this battle. They are on their own. Having done their reconnaissance, the German motorcyclists again withdraw, taking some troops with them. They circle round to the rear of the field. As fighting erupts along the flanks, the main German group decide their next step. They come to realise their only hope of freedom is to use the confusion of this initial fighting and to make a dash across the open ground and then hopefully to make it eastwards. They bring in their armour to lead the way and clear the path. The main German forces start to make their moves out into the open. You can see they're bringing their stooks down into the field and they're half-tracked to the rear along the tree line. The two stook tanks make their way to the top and the rear of the field with their ground troops in the middle, pressing forward and forward again. At the same time, there are a variety of Allied troops in this area, both British and American. They're drawn to the sound of fighting and advance forwards also. With no advance information and no aircraft to tell them what's on the ground, they have no way of knowing how vast this group of Germans is or what firepower they have. With the German motorcyclists trying to press forward to the rear of the field, the British troops move forward, British airborne running into the trees, firing on the motorcyclists, who then withdraw once again. Brenton carrier at the rear engages with the heavy armour of the Germans as they come from the rear. Nearer to us, the US troops are moving forward, using the cover of the smoke to advance on the German emplacements. With the battering of the Bren gun, the German half-track has had to withdraw, but he still fires again and again, hoping to take it out. He's also firing on the airborne troops in the shelter of the tree. In the middle of the field, the Germans are bringing in a 20mm cannon. The Jeep brings it into place. They will turn it and then hope to wipe out a corridor for them to escape between the Allied forces. The German Stuck at the rear of the field was hoping to take out any of the airborne forces, but heavy fire again erupts around it. To your right, ladies and gentlemen, a British 6-pounder is firing on the German Stuck, hoping to take it out and halt its progress. It fires again and again. The Allied troops have radioed for support and an American Hellcat tank has now entered the field. If you look far to your right, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the Hellcats coming in. This huge weapon hopes to take out the Stuks. Two German trucks bring in their last reinforcements, hoping to make that corridor possible, but their troops are pinned down in the middle of the field by the road. The two sides now reach a stalemate at the crossroads, but the Hellcat's firepower is still arriving amongst the German armoury. The airborne 6-pounder is still firing at the German trucks. Troops move under the cover of the smoke, reinforcing their position, repositioning themselves, not letting the enemy know just where they're firing from. And the Hellcat tank presses forward and forward again. The Hellcat now is aiming at many targets. Will it take out the half-track, the Stuck tank, or the trucks full of reinforcements? US troops are running forward, and the Germans around those trucks are now taken prisoner or killed. More the US reinforcements are coming in to engage the Germans. Radio messages have been sent out. Air attack may not be possible, but we have plenty of heavy armour to bring in from the US bases. The M8 comes into the field, plus two half-tracks with 50 caliber machine guns. Infantry at the crossroads press forward and forward again. They do not want these Germans to escape back through to join other forces and fight again. To the rear of the field, the German forces are surrendering to the British airborne. Better at this stage of the war to become a prisoner and sit it out, at least then one day we may see our families again. As the Allied armoured personnel carriers move forward and forward again with their heavy armour, the Germans begin to have to make a decision. Will they continue their run for it or retreat? Both sides are focused on this crossroads. The losses to the Germans from this combined and increasingly heavy attack takes its toll. The ground strikes hit their mark and German forces start to weaken. Their offensive power is cut short. This ground assault is proving too much for this ad hoc group. The survivors do make use of what is left. Some continue to push forward, some having to move back into the trees. Two Germans taken prisoner by an American are led back to the Allied base. They will be quizzed to find out what other resources the Germans may have in this area. The Allies close around a handful of surviving German troops. Vehicles are disabled. Complete defeat of this enemy is their only objective. As the Allied troops press forward, the final Germans realise it is hopeless. This is not their day to make a step east. They may not be going back to the fatherland to fight again. Those taken prisoner might stand a chance of surviving and eventually being repatriated to their families. Many of their comrades are dead on the field and will not be going home again. The heat of the battle dies down. The final clearing of the battlefield begins. The wounded are tended to, and prisoners are searched for vital intelligence material. The last few Germans realise the futility of their attempts and surrender. Maybe one or two of them have managed to escape, but the main group has been taken prisoner or defeated. A few German troops continued to fire. Not wanting to give up, they had this dream of crossing this open land. They had this dream of joining other forces and fighting again to maintain their place here in Normandy. But they've now realised their situation is hopeless. The Allied firepower is too great, and for them the war is over. The Allies have successfully defeated the German troops in this area today, removing vital replacements who could have fought many more battles to come. This key part of the Normandy campaign has dealt a hard blow to the Germans and weakened their fighting abilities. It will take them many months before they're able to mount any sort of effective offensive operations. Both sides now draw breath and prepare for what may be coming. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle is now concluded. May we ask that you put your hands together for the reenactors who've made this battle reenactment possible. Thank you very much. 2016. It will be back next year, it will be bigger, it will be better, and we hope you will once again join us to share our military odyssey. I hope you all have a very safe journey home. I hope you have a wonderful year, and thank you very much from all of the crew for sharing with us. Thank you.